So what's going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the possibility of something bad happening to Samantha Maxis. Just the other day of me recording this video, I'm not sure when I'll upload this, but Treyarch over on their YouTube channel uploaded a retrospective with the voice actor of Samantha, who was Julie. Now that video at the time of me recording this only has 20,000 views, and it's actually pretty interesting. Craig Houston, the main writer of Zombies, sits down with the voice actor of Samantha and they talk about her character as a whole. But as I was watching this video and looking in the comments, a ton of people were suggesting that this may mean the end of Samantha Maxis. Right at the end of this interview, Julie starts crying. There is also intel that I'm going to show you guys in a minute, but as you can see from all of these comments, there are loads of people thinking that at the end of Black Ops Cold War, they're going to kill off Samantha. So I'm going to play this little clip for you, but just before I do, I want to say thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. We'll get more into that at the end. Anyway, here's the clip.
Julie, it's always a pleasure to work with you and to talk to you. I do consider you not only one of my favorite collaborators, but also a very, very good friend. Don't you dare start crying. Thank you so much for everything you've done over the years for this amazing experience.
Thank you. I stopped myself from crying. The feeling is mutual.
So we've got Samantha's voice actor crying, a bunch of comments from people thinking that she's gonna die in Black Ops Cold War. This could mean something, it couldn't. This video is a retrospective, and the last time we got one of these for Zombies, it was for our Ether characters, Rick Tomataki and Nikolai Dempsey, for Tag der Toten, and that was a send-off for them. The last one of these we got was for the death of Primus and Ultimus, and we are now getting one for Samantha. And then also I will say how Craig is thanking Julie for everything she's done, and then she starts crying. Could be a little bit suspicious. I mean, it can't be that emotional if she's carrying on in the game. Or maybe I'm just a hard guy and have no emotion. I don't know. Although I did cry at the death of Rick Toffin in Blood of the Dead. So this doesn't necessarily mean this is the end of Samantha, but there is definitely something suspicious going on with her. We are leading up to something, whether that be in Mauer der Toten or the final map in Black Ops Cold War, where I feel something big is going to happen with Samantha. There is definitely a huge twist on the way. At this current moment in time in our zombie storyline, Samantha was locked up in Requiem HQ on the hospital bed, where she was left after being rescued from the Dark Ether in Firebase C. She was taken to Requiem HQ and put under restrictions. Requiem don't trust her. Weaver believes that she's the one that caused the zombie outbreak at Firebase C, and so she was restrained, and after the events that her and Revanov caused in the first outbreak Easter egg, launching the missiles from Rucker, her radio was taken away from her, so she could no longer contact the strike team. And that was the point we were up to in our story. Weaver then found out what happened. It was actually Dr. Gray that gave Samantha the radio to contact the strike team, and that's where this first audio log starts off from.
What have you done?
Everything's okay, girl. Everything's okay.
No, Sam. Everything is not okay. Who the hell do you think you are?
You know me, Weaver.
I thought I did. But I never thought you would do something like this. How dare you contact the team to drag them into whatever scheme you and Ravenov thought was important.
Weaver.
And involving poor Dr. Gray and your misguided bullshit.
It was the right thing to do. It was the only way.
No, Sam. The right thing to do would have been to come to me, to let me do my job.
It is your job to keep me muzzled like a dog. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
This is why we have a problem, Sam.
I was trying to do the right thing.
I told you what the right thing to do was. Look after the dog. That's it. You can find the quarters. No more walks.
No.
Someone else will take care of that.
No. Weaver.
Now, I have to try to straighten all this out with the director.
So after Weaver confronts Sam about contacting the strike team without his permission, he tells her she's now fully confined to her quarters. She's not even allowed to take her own dog out for walks anymore, the dog that Weaver gave her in the first place to keep her company. He then says he's got to talk to Requiem's director to try and straighten things out, and that's when this next radio starts off from.
What's happening?
Garcia Anderson. Secure her.
Hey! Take your hands off me! Weaver! Call them off!
You're to undergo some additional testing. Don't make this any harder than it already is.
you doing this?
I'm not. Orders from the director. It's okay, girl. I'll look after you.
Weaver! Make this stop!
I can't, Sam. My hands are tied.
Weaver then returns to Samantha's quarters with orders from the director to restrain Samantha, where she was to be taken away to undergo additional testing, before Weaver goes to confront Gray about why she helped Samantha to contact the strike team.
Weaver, I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say. Your lack of military experience is no excuse for what you did. You knew better, and you did it anyway.
I just wanted to let her talk to the team. I didn't know what she was gonna...
One thing you're not is stupid. But I also don't think you're a traitor. Which is why I'm taking the heat on this one. No one upstairs is aware of your role in Sam's little side operation. And that's how it'll stay. As long as you never fucking cross me again. Understood?
Yes.
How is she anyway?
Agent Maxis is still showing high levels of Ethereum contamination in her bloodstream. But the way it's affecting her is different than any other subject I've observed.
Meaning?
It's not just her eyes. There are things happening on a cellular level I can't quantify yet.
You keep your notes in our central database, yes? Now, that would explain the new orders. The director wants to run more specialized tests on Maxis. If you're asked to cooperate, you do as instructed. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
And Gray? Remember, if it's on the mainframe, everyone above my pay grade can access it. If there's something you want to tell me, you tell me in person.
I promise, Weaver. I won't keep anything else from you.
I'm glad we understand each other. Dismissed.
After telling Dr. Gray that she's off the hook, that Weaver will take the heat for what she did, he then asks her, well, how is Samantha? She's undergone additional testing. What are the results? And Gray tells us, well, she's showing high levels of Ethereum contamination in her bloodstream, but the way it's affecting her is different to anything she's seen. We've already seen from the Firebase C cutscene that Samantha's eyes are now purple, but it isn't just that. There are things on a cellular level that she can't quantify yet. And in this final radio transmission, which is from Dr. Gray to the strike team, she elaborates a little bit more on what's happening to Samantha.
Well, look at you. Requiem strike team back in action. I imagine that must feel nice. So, about what happened with Sam. I'm not sure if you heard about my role in that whole business. Earned myself a bit of a slap on the wrist for that one. Not to worry, everything's fine. Or so I've been told. Just imagine if those missiles had detonated. The effects of Ethereum on a populace of that size, the outcome would have been grim. It's tricky to nail down. Ethereum. From our tests at the data stations, the only pattern we've established is that there is no pattern. The effects of Ethereum exposure vary greatly between subjects. Yes, many suffer from advanced necrosis infections, the undead, but there are others whose side effects appear strictly cerebral. Hallucinations, paranoia, amnesia. Then there's Maxis. Not sure what to make of her. No necrosis. Only side effect appears to be the amnesia, but there's more going on there. Her Ethereum concentration? Off the scale. Highest I've seen. And normally a subject with a fraction of that exposure would be fully transformed, but she seems unaffected. So far. Now, I'm not saying she's dangerous. We just don't know what she is. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but something happened. I think. It's not clear. When she asked me for my access codes, I swear I saw her diary move across the desk. By itself. Now, I wasn't looking directly at it. I just finished an 18-hour day. I was exhausted. I mean, I probably just imagined it. Right?
So speaking on Ethereum, she says from the test that she's done, the only pattern they can establish is that there is no pattern. The effects of Ethereum exposure changes between subjects. Whilst yes, many people turn into the undead, they become necrotized, there are also other side effects such as hallucination, paranoia and amnesia. Not everyone turns into a zombie. And then there's Maxis. No necrosis, the only side effects that she appears to be showing is amnesia and of course her purple glowing eyes, but there's 100% more going on there. The amount of Ethereum concentration in her body, it's higher than anything she's ever seen before. It's higher than what a zombie would have. Anyone else with the amount of Samantha's exposure would have turned by now, but Samantha, besides from a couple of little things, seems to be unaffected, at least from what she can see. Gray doesn't know what Samantha is, and we have witnessed strange things going on. Like I said, Weaver thinks that she caused the zombie outbreak at Firebase C. Gray has witnessed her move objects without touching them. We personally have seen Samantha do things that these characters haven't. For example, when Samantha was a child, we know that she used to be able to control the undead. Also, when she got very angry, she destroyed things. We saw that happen in the Alpha Omega cutscene. She got so angry that she killed an Apothicon, an Elder God. She destroyed Nuketown. She has transversed across universes since then, now in the Cold War universe, and she's also an adult. But that doesn't mean that she would have had to have lost the powers that she had as a child. If she could do all of these things as a kid, what's to say that she still can't do them now? We just haven't seen her fully use her powers yet. We don't know why. She is suffering from memory loss, so it could simply be that she doesn't know she has these powers within her. If she doesn't realise them, then she couldn't use them. But every now and again, they seem to seep through. But besides from that, there is 100% something else going on with Samantha, because with the amount of Ethereum that she's been exposed to, she technically should be a zombie. If not, there should be more side effects to her, but there isn't. Other than amnesia and her purple eyes, Requiem can't figure out what's going on with Sam. Things are definitely starting to heat up. She is changing. She's getting more and more angry. Right now, she's being experimented on. And well, we've seen what happens to Samantha when she gets angry. Things get destroyed. She got angry in Firebase C, she ended up unleashing the zombies. She got angry in Tagdo Toten, she destroyed Nuketown and an Apothicon, so who knows what's going to happen to her next. And this all kind of leads back to the very beginning, where people in that retrospective were saying, well, what if this is the end of Samantha? It seems like something is going to happen to her, something's building up, that potentially, could that lead to her death? If she was to die, would it be by the hands of Requiem, maybe experimenting on her too much? Could she end up turning evil, unleashing the undead, which somehow leads to her death? She has a connection to the Dark Ether, and we know what that does to people. Or maybe she doesn't die. But there is 100% something going on that very soon is going to blow. I do want to say thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. There are loads of different class topics to choose from, just naming a few: photography, animation, web development, and especially film and video. For me, being on YouTube, that's very important. The Skillshare class that I'm most interested in though is called YouTube Success, Script Shoot and Edit with MKBHD, and is actually taught by Marcus Brownlee, who I'm sure most of you will know. You're going to learn all about creating YouTube videos, writing scripts, how to shoot the video, and of course editing the footage is very important to me. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they are always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. At the end of the day, there's nothing better than getting better. Accomplishing growth for anyone is always going to be extremely satisfying, and with Skillshare's online classes, that makes it possible. So there we go. The first 1,000 people who use the link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial to Skillshare Premium. So go ahead and check it out, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Anyway guys, there we go. That is it. Thank you for watching. Drop a like rating if you have enjoyed. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.